Hey there, Geminis. Welcome back to the flow. I am AZMARi, and this is a Soulversation for the collective of Gemini. That is, if you have a Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or a stellium as well in Gemini, or if you're looking for any information with regards to where Gemini falls in your chart, this may apply to you. If it doesn't, don't try and make it fit. You can check out the other sign readings that I've done, whether that's for your sun, moon, rising, etc. placements. Okay. If you have no idea about your placements, you can Google a birth chart. It's free, $99. Hey, dude. It's free, $99. I just saw an ant crossing, so I'm not even sure what type of ant this is. It's interesting. It's the one with wings. Maybe it's a gnat. So I don't know if you guys, may have listened to my old podcast. I put it up sometime back. At least I feel like I did. I don't know if I shared it here on the flow on my Instagram. I digress. I talked about the plagues, right? That were spoken about in Exodus, and gnats were the fifth plague. For those of you who are into numerology, 5 symbolizes change, transformation, justice, right? And so the fact that there was like an ant with wings, I thought it was an ant with wings, but it was a gnat. It says a lot, yeah, because gnats are like really persistent creatures. So maybe you've been persistent at something. That could be a message for you. You could also feel free to just Google the spiritual meaning of gnats, and whatever comes up for you is what is meant to come up for you. Also, when I was doing my pre-meditative session just before I jumped on the reading, I heard the gems and I, which is like a play on the word Gemini. So maybe the way like different crews or friend groups have like cute little like pet names for their squads. So maybe you call your squad the gems. Maybe you're a squad of Geminis, or you just really like value your social circle. That's one. For another group of you, the gems and I refers to the things that are truly precious in life, right? So you're focusing on just surrounding yourself with things that you consider gems. So that could be intellectual information, that could be people, that could be places, that could be anything. So just place it where it fits. Yeah, like a whole squad kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. Alrighty, and if it's not, manifest now, that could be something that could be happening. Actually, that will be happening for you in the near future. So let's start with your background energy. Here we have the King of Wands and the Six of Wands. Immediately, while I like to process like the messages before I just like blurt them out. Immediately what I got when I picked this up, and I even said the names of the cards, was that song by J-Rock and Kendrick Lamar called Win, right? So that should be a message for you. You might be, really focused on winning, tunnel vision. Maybe tunnel vision means something to you. Okay, tunnel vision. I'm hearing it's like your version of doing things, like choosing to go the what would I say, the unpopular route, like through the tunnel. Like if people had a choice to go through a tunnel or through, an open road, some people would choose through a tunnel. So that's what I'm hearing, tunnel version. It may apply for different people in different ways. Back to the message. We have the Six of Wands and the King of Wands. So okay, so you may be feeling really confident in your pursuits right now. You might be in the zone, so to speak, right? Just tunnel vision, focusing on what you want to do, focusing on celebrating yourself and the victories that you've been able to attain for yourself as well. Being your own cheerleader as well. That's the type of energy that I'm getting from this, right? For others of you, because some of you may be watching this for love and relationships, this could be something about you being victorious with a fire sign, or a fire sign feeling victorious with you or around you, right? Take it how it resonates. But it's followed by the Two of Wands and the Five of Swords. Okay, so what I feel like with this is that, like, no matter what it takes, your plan is to win. Going back to that J-Rock song, like, win, 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 win. Fuck everything else. Win, 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 win. These niggas ain't shit. Win, 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 win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win, 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 win. That type of energy, that's what I'm feeling like. So even if you have to leave some people behind and end up looking like the villain, you're gonna do it because you need to choose you first and not put other people first. Because I feel like there's this beautiful collective energy, like with all of my readings lately, and even the readings that I like to watch. It's like the progression of the energies like from each sign. And so I was gonna say, like, you've transitioned from that whole like Libra energy of like people pleasing, and you're like, you know what, I've realized that people pleasing is not taking me anywhere in my life. I love my quirky, awkward, double-sided, even quadruple-sided self, and knowing that those are just aspects of your psyche and of your consciousness, but people who are negative Nancy's and bitter Bettys and downer, like David Downers, because I don't want to give all women names, just come up with things to just try and bring you down in any way, shape or form. So even if you're living from the different aspects of yourself, they don't see it as that. They see you as being like, they'll label you like mentally insane and having like personality disorders, when in reality it's you realizing that we all have different aspects of ourselves, and it's about how we bring those in to come together to work for us. Yeah, if you know, there's no need to further explain or further validate ourselves at all, right? And you're communicating this to the world. You're communicating to the world that you love yourself exactly as you are, and people are gonna take you as you are, or like have nothing at all. Like, that's just period, point blank, the energy that I'm feeling, Okay, so let's leave the background energy and focus on what's right in front of us. So we have the Chariot and the Four of Wands. So some of you guys may have Cancer in your chart, Scorpio and Sagittarius and Capricorn and Pisces in major placements. So meaning any of these signs might be in your sun, moon, or rising signs. It doesn't have to be, but that's just a specific message for specific people to just narrow it down. But here we are. You're taking charge of your stability. You're taking charge of what stability means to you, what success means to you, because like this card is about like having it all, and like I'm hearing Adele like playing in the background, like we could have had it all. I'm definitely not going to try and sing like those notes right now. It's, yeah. Yes, we are staying in our this. So here we are. Cancer energy, pushing us forward to be able to embrace the yin and yang, those different aspects of our personalities, in order to bring us into that whole king type of energy, you know. Another song that's coming up is The King's Affirmation by Iniko. So you could be listening to that song a lot, or it might be on rotation for you, or it might have messages for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But, you know, because you're taking charge of your stability, some people may be quite uncomfortable with that, you know, the fact that you are taking responsibility for your own mental health, that you're taking responsibility for your own stability, you know. I feel like as well that there may be, for some of you, there may be, you know, somebody who is also thinking about, because they see you in this beautiful space. Since we spoke about the King of Wands earlier, there may be someone who has like fire and strong like water energy, who's considering coming towards you, you know, wanting to have something stable, you know, but it's like overthinking it, because they're like, I might have like baggage and this person doesn't have baggage, and so I can't like approach them the way, you know, I've been approaching people. That's kind of like what I feel like with that type of energy. So yeah, take that as it resonates. I feel like with this Chariot energy as well, there may be a Cancer type of energy that has like internal conflict, because they know that they are not so super high vibrational, and they really do want to like try and explore some sort of stable relationship with you, whether that's you know, living with you, whether that's someone committing to a relationship with you. They're seeing that if that needs to happen, they need to change themselves, right? Alrighty, that can apply for any other aspect of your life as well. So the next energies we have is the King of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So many energies. A lot of you may be in a situation where people feel the need to compete with you, but the thing is that you're not really competing against anybody, or your soul is calling you to not compete against anybody, because inherently we all have abundance within us, and when you focus on that abundance within you, there's no need to compete with anybody else. And so, you know, this could also be tied with this situation where someone may be dealing with someone who wants to come in relationship wise. They may have that inner conflict, because they can also see that like you've overcome that whole egoic aspect of needing to compete for anything, of needing to prove your worth, so to say. Yeah, that's the best word, the best way to explain that, I feel, right? So they say the only way to do this is to put in effort and to give in equal give and take. And so the high vibrational energy that you're giving them, and the you know, energy that you're showing up in, is what they need to show up in as well. And so if they are vibrating in a low, you know, vibration, then there's no way they're coming into your energetic space. You know what I mean? But for others of you as well, there may be somebody, a King of Pentacles, who before you had a disagreement with. This King of Pentacles could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, who, you know, is trying to put in effort to give equal give and take. And so maybe that's why they're like really in their head about it, and they're carrying like a lot of burdens, because they never did that for you in the past, right? again, connection with the previous reading. So you may want to check out the Scorpio reading as well. It may have some messages for you, and then, flow from there. But I feel like for you, you've just totally transformed. You may, in the past, have been somebody who was like totally anxious, totally in their head, totally enslaved, mentally enslaved. But they've seen that you have transformed into the highest vibration of yourself. And so they are aware that as much as, your connection was whatever it was in the past, because I'm feeling like it's a past energy or somebody that you know or knew from the past. They're anxious right now because they didn't change, but they've seen you change. They've seen that you've changed. And in order for them to come towards you, then they are feeling the need to overcome that whole, old programming of moving from and living from the ego, So this is you. The reason why that change has been so profound, beautiful gems, the gems and I, right, is because you have followed your intuition. This is Gemini energy in its highest vibration, the master manifester. Whatever you say comes into being, I think that's why the song The King's Affirmation came up, because there's a part of the song where she says, they call me a siren, you are enlightened. And so people just come up with different things to try and explain what's going on because they really don't understand it. For others of you, you may be dealing with a Scorpio energy that may be in their head. This may be this person who has fire and water and in their chart as well. It could also have earth. Basically, nearly all of the elements are here, but you'll understand what this means for you. I'm just trying to put all types of the energies that are coming in so that you understand. Maybe wanting to apologize to you, right? And so they know that in order to do that they need to work on their mental space before they approach you, because you're not letting anything, past the healthy boundaries that you have created, because you know that you have been able to alchemize your past situation. You may have, we all start somewhere. You don't get born like totally, what's the word? Delivered or with redemption. You know what I mean? You have to redeem yourself. You have to go through karmic cycles and learn about your ego and how to tone down your ego and how to make it work for you as opposed to making it work against you, as we saw with this chariot energy, which is harnessing the yin and yang aspects of life, knowing that there is good within us and bad within us, and how to balance each and every one to integrate your shadow and all of that beautiful stuff in order for you to become a complete human being, like a complete human being. That makes zero sense. In order for you to be complete in your beingness. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. For a lot of you, you may also be dealing with a Sagittarius that's like totally in their karmic energy and they're heartbroken because they know, first of all, that they can't get past your intuition. Number two, you may be dealing also with a Sagittarius that that you're aware went out of their way to hurt a Pisces. Take it how it resonates. Why I'm saying that is because my High Priestess card is here and the Three of Swords, right? But for a lot of you, my gems and I, the ones who are serious about their soul growth and their improvement and their healing, this is you just basically being able to acknowledge the things that you're addicted to, the things that that devil energy. It could be anything. It could be anything from non-productive behavior patterns to non-productive people that you're around, to anything that you consider that would be evil, which means living backwards, right? So narcissistic energy, people bringing you down, gossip type of energy, just things that don't build you up. I know I'm making sense. I am making sense. Yes. So I feel like that's what's happening for my gems right now. You're really just taking charge of being in your abundant energy. You are learning how to bring all of those beautiful ideas you have into your head into the reality with that King of Pentacles energy, learning how to be grounded. You may have come from a really tumultuous family background here with like the Four of Wands and the Five of Wands, or you could have come from a really competitive family background, and your family may be like overthinking, right? They're in this like anxious energy because they're like, who is this new person? Look at them with their angel wings and their halo, and they're just like alchemy, creating peace out of drama by keeping out of the drama, right? Working on your mental health, becoming your best self, following your intuition in order for you to build your empire. In the last podcast that I put up on the flow on Spotify, we talked about this energy, about listening to your intuition, because that is the voice of God that shows you how to progress into the will of God, or the will of the universe, or the will of source energy for your life. Nobody else can tell you the will of God or the will of the universe for your life, right? So this is you taking responsibility to be balanced, taking responsibility to have financial literacy and learn how to invest wisely, right? Whatever you end up creating, or whatever you end up earning, right? For some of you, I'm hearing there's this energy of like, there are a lot of people who took you for granted, and they are feeling the burden because they know that you have been such a giving person in more ways than one, and they ended up trying to go out of their way to manifest heartbreak for you. But you are finding a way to turn this heartbreak around by turning your pain into power, right? Most of the times, gems, I think I've said this before in my readings, the people who go out of their way to try and trip you up are the same people who end up setting you up for success. It's kind of that effect for like the rubber band or the slingshot. Like, you try and pull someone back, try and pull them back, as much as possible, but eventually once that slingshot is let go, you can't see me now. That type of energy. So overall, your advice is to just keep emanating and moving in love, and to keep spreading the love around, in whatever way that you can, whether it's through your profession, and just choose to be that emotionally balanced person, because there's always going to be people who want to try and steal, your success, or who want to try and, steal your happiness or steal your joy. And so the only way that you can get through that is by not giving a fuck or two, and just being the best version of you. Right? Thank you so much for checking out this reading, Gemini. If you're interested in joining my membership programs, all of that information is down below in the description box. April calendars, Astro Motion calendars are out now as well. Any other good stuff? Let me keep it quiet. There's a surprise that I have lined up. Something else that I want to add to the Toolshed, The Flow, Toolshed. If you haven't listened to the podcast, go and listen to it. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. So until next time, Gemini, namaste.